Media of course can build stereotypes. In fact, most of the stereotypes that we find in our lives are based on media and how media portray specific people or specific things. When we kind of see things on the media, sometimes we know something, sometimes we don't. So we base our opinion on what we see or what we experience. So if we're not experiencing something as in first hand, then we listen, then we hear. And of course media is basically what we listen to and hear. We kind of build stereotypes basically through cultivation. It's cultivated in us. And if we see, for example, a specific group of people portrayed in a specific way, like for example how media portrayed the African Americans as always, for example, being in sports or doing drugs and crime, something like that. If I'm not familiar with African Americans or their culture or something like that, then basically I will start to get these stereotypes from the media. We usually have what we call schema, and these schema are based in our brains in specific. They are like small rooms for every single thing that we see or hear or experience. This schema is usually not there, but when we see something, we kind of create a schema for it. So if we see it in media for the first time, basically this is what we have in this room. Because it wants people to think in a specific way. Some people, they have agendas, and of course there is nothing called a medium without an agenda, or a specific channel without a specific agenda. So it's someone who has a specific idea that wants to convey it to people. So if, for example, I'm a director or a writer who's putting a movie together and I have this stereotype about a specific person or a specific group, then basically this is what I put in my writing or put in my directing to convey my idea in some kind of way. The same thing goes with the news as well, because you know that news media are quite catered to specific people or catered to specific needs. So sometimes we have that the media is biased towards a specific thing, especially the news media. They can be biased towards a specific idea, towards a specific group, towards a specific cause, and they show it in a specific way. Sometimes it's meant, sometimes it's not. I believe that the audiences are not just passive, but they are active. So they don't have to take from only one opinion or from only one side. But of course, if a stereotype can change, it can change through the media, not through any other means. Of course, interpersonal communication can play a role. If I meet someone and they do not meet the criteria that I saw or the stereotype that I saw in the media, then I kind of change that. But this is not quite common, that you meet people that you don't usually see or hear, or specific groups. So yeah, of course, media can change the stereotype.